would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Penn State Nittany Lions. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Nittany Lions about to kick it away and get this season started. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will come out first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
The Huskers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Penn State's offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the wideout. Snagged on the outside, it's Koch. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The give to the back. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy, and you were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man in the middle. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! A great catch and run for 6. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. Field shrinks. Tight end results.
I've never heard it put that way. But you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Pulls it in, it's Cruz. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The punt team able to sling him to the ground. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Here's the give off the left side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Gives it to the back on the draw. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moses. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Give to the running back. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his big tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my